Hello, my name is Gus, but you can call me BATGUS, and we are back with our Batman the Animated Series commentary. Now we're gonna go to the part 2 of the two-parter episode, The Cat and the Claws, featuring our wonderful Catwoman. And as usual, to watch this episode, if you wanna watch it with me, I'm gonna do a countdown, and you can watch it in your DVD or Blu-ray box set, or if you have your Batman animated series in a streaming service, you can also watch it there. Without wasting time, let's go. If you didn't watch part 1, don't forget to watch it before watch this one. But anyway, let's go. In 3, 2, 1, let's go. The Warner Bros. Logo is on the screen. And like I said in the last episode, what I love about this two-parter Catwoman episodes is that this particular story has a very James Bond kind of style of storytelling, right? It's a very secret spy agent thriller. And this is one of the things or one of the versions of stories with Batman that I most love. That's why I love so much the Dark Knight trilogy of Christopher Nolan, because Christopher Nolan he admits he's a fanatic for James Bond. And if you watch the 3 movies of Batman that he did, they all have these elements that Christopher Nolan took straight from James Bond, right? And including the international plot sometimes where Batman has to go to another country to do something. Anyway, the plots of the movie are very James Bond style, and obviously the character Batman has a lot to do with James Bond. There are many similarities between these two characters, but yeah, I mean, that's what Christopher Nolan took as a inspiration straight from that franchise, and I really love this aspect of some Batman stories, including the fact that I've done a video recently about one of the stories of the comics, the Demon Trilogy, and one of those that is called The Son of the Demon, which has Batman with Talia al Ghul and Ra's al Ghul featuring in the story, and the whole plot is very James Bond style. You can see the video right here in the channel. is very good. It's my first time covering a comic from Batman, and I did it exactly for that reason, because it's very it has this spy thriller element to it. Anyway, so the episode starts with Batman going to meet one of the gangsters he threatens in the last episode to get some information about Red Claw, because he has some information about a terrorist operation that is going to happen soon in Gotham. He then goes talk to Commissioner Gordon, and the episode starts very spy thriller and detective style of story, because we have Gordon and Batman discovering that the military train is going to be heist, or is going to be robbed by the Red Claw, right? And this military train is transporting the chemical product that will be used to create a bomb, so that Red Claw can take the city at ransom, right? And demand money from the authorities to save the city. If not, she's going to use the bomb and explode the whole city. And I love this scene that Red Claw is going to steal the train, and she arrives with her terrorist goons and are able to, they climb the train, and you can see the steps of her plan being performed in a very, very spy thriller-esque way. They detach one of the cars of the train. Then they use a bomb they throw a gas bomb inside one of the cargo train, the cargo cars, the cargo that is carrying the chemical products, so that the soldiers inside can, get unconscious. And then she explodes one of the doors on the side of the train. And this is when Batman arrives to stop her plans. And he fights some of the goons over the trains. Just a great scene, great action scene. Red Claw is able to find the box with the chemical product, and which is inside a steel cylinder. And while Batman is still fighting her goons over the train. What an amazing scene. What an amazing scene. And finally, Batman sees who Red Claw is, and he is surprised that she is a woman, which Red Claw asks him, "Are you surprised for me to be a woman?" And he goes, "No, I am a crime fighter in favor of equality." I think is a great line of dialogue. Later, Red Claw is able to escape on a helicopter. So her escape route is this chopper that arrives and is able to get her, pick her up. Later, we have Commissioner Gordon talking to someone in the Pentagon, or at least some general, and warning the general about the heist that happened. After talking to the general, he talks to Bruce Wayne. I mean, talks to Batman, of course, but who picks up is Bruce Wayne at the other end of the line, making his Batman voice. And this is happening while Bruce is picking Selina up for another date, right? Because their first date actually didn't happen because they went to visit the millionaire guy that is selling the wildlife areas. And now they're going on another date, which probably, or actually it will also be frustrated this time for a car that is following them. So Bruce is driving his car on the streets. It's a daylight scene, so everything is normal. But suddenly we're gonna have this chase in the highway with Bruce's car being chased by another car that has some of Red Claw's men driving it. And this is another great scene, very well crafted. Although I must say that this episode, the second part of this episode, the two-parter, is not as well animated as the first one. The production here is not as well covered and crafted as the first episode. You can see that some lines of drawing are more quirky. It looks like my drawings. But it's okay because the episode itself is great. The story is just fantastic. And we have, again, it's a car chase. I don't think we have had many car chases in this series so far. So it's great to see this car chase where Bruce is going to have to use his driving skills and his intelligence to to be able to escape from these terrorists in the other car. And he actually is able to win the chase by playing chicken with these guys, which means both cars heads towards each other to see who is the first car to dodge. And obviously the criminal's car is the one who dodges first before the collision, and they accidentally jump off the bridge and fall into Gotham's river. So again, a very spy thriller sequence. And like I said in the last episodes, this two-parter Catwoman episode is very cinematic for me. It's one of the episodes in the series that could be very well be adapted to a live-action version, because it has all the elements for a good, very well-crafted movie. And I think this is a quality of this animation. Bruce Timm and Paul Dini, they were so determined to create storytelling in animation that would be very akin to a movie, right? Every episode should be like a mini movie with Batman that, even though it is an animation, it didn't undermine its own potential for stories. So it really aimed to be as good as any live action version or any movie, right? With the storytelling, the scripts, the how mature this story should be. And this is what I most love about this animation. So this is one of those that they really nailed the tone for a Batman movie, kind of mixed with spy thriller. Later, so the date between Bruce and Selina was first frustrated by the criminals. Bruce went back home. Selina made very clear to him that she just likes him as a friend. So Bruce went home and put on the suit to return as Batman. And while he was putting the suit, Alfred noticed that there was a cat fur on his suit. And this is the same kind of fur that Batman has seen in the last episode in Isis, the cat of Catwoman, right? The Isis cat. So he immediately links the things and realizes that Selina Kyle is Catwoman. Later, we have a scene where Maven, the secretary of Selina Kyle, gets attacked in Selina's penthouse. She's alone in the apartment, and a criminal arrives there and gets her. And she tries to escape, but the criminal gets her again. Then Batman arrives and saves Maven. We have a very good scene. Maven lets her glasses fall to the ground, and she can't see very well without them. So, and she puts them on back on her eyes. She's able to see Batman kicking the shit out of the criminal. And when she arrives at the balcony of the penthouse, Batman has already taken care of the business, I mean. So he knows that Selina is Catwoman, and he asks Maven about where she's going, and Maven reveals that she's going to the Multigon site. The Multigon site is the place where the company of the millionaire that wants to sell the wildlife preserve, right? So Batman goes there. He hangs the criminal on a lamp pole of the street, and before Batman went to the site, Maven revealed to him that Selina really loves him, right? In this case, she means Batman. So he stopped for a moment and thought about it. But then we are in the Multigon site where Catwoman is entering the place. She gets one of the goons and ties the guy, while a tiger, I think he's a tiger, he's meant to be a tiger, arrives. And since Catwoman is a friend of the animals and a friend of especially the feline cats of the nature, the tiger doesn't do anything with her. She enters the warehouse of the sites, and she finds the operation of Red Claw, right? She's going to be loading some trucks or a helicopter with the chemicals to blow up Gotham City. And Batman arrives at the scene as well, but both are captured by Red Claw, and they are tied together in one section of this warehouse where Red Claw is gonna leave the bomb, or at least one of the cylinders of the bomb next to them, and explode both. These chemicals is like a plague, right? So it's like a toxic gas that will kill everything around, every life around. But Red Claw tells them that actually the bomb that she will use to take Gotham at ransom and demand money is actually a placebo. She's not going to use the real bomb to make her plans. She will leave the real bomb with them, Batman and Catwoman, at this section of the warehouse. And she actually puts a little acid on top of the cylinder of the bomb. So when the gas is released completely from inside the cylinder, it will kill them both. So the real gas is actually in this facility, while Red Claw is going to use a placebo to actually perform her bad deeds. But obviously, Catwoman and Batman are able to escape. She's able to cut the ropes that are tying them with her claws. They both leave that section of the warehouse, but Batman cannot let the bomb explode, even though it is secure inside this facility. He has to destroy the gas, right? So this is one of my favorite scenes of the whole show, where there is this gasoline truck inside the facility. He tells Catwoman to leave the warehouse, which she does. And then he grabs a hose of the gasoline truck to spread gasoline until the section of the warehouse where the bomb is. Then he grabs a grenade inside one of the boxes around, and he returns to the truck, and the gas in the cylinder starts to spread, but Batman is already safe. He goes back to the truck, and he drives the truck out of the facility while throwing the grenade behind. So the explosion of the grenade sets the whole place on fire, and the fire destroys the gas back on the section where the cylinder was. And it's a great, great scene. Again, very James Bond and Indiana Jones style. The whole warehouse burst into flames while Batman crosses the door of the facility with the truck. Not only that, but Batman jumps out of the truck before it hits an helicopter that was going to be used by Red Claw to escape the place, or at least by some of her men. So Red Claw's plans are frustrated. Then the cops arrive. Commissioner Gordon arrives in one helicopter, and many other helicopters arrive at the scene and surround Red Claw's men. So they all get arrested. And meanwhile, Catwoman is watching the whole thing aside, but Red Claw arrives and they both have a fight. Actually, it's not even a fight because Red Claw is kicking the shit out of Catwoman and she doesn't do much. In fact, this fight could be better in my opinion. But then Catwoman is gonna use her wit to wait for the tiger that we've seen before, to attack Red Claw. And when the animal does it, it takes Red Claw from above her, and Catwoman is able to escape the place. And Batman watches Catwoman go. He talks with Gordon for a bit. Gordon tells him that he is glad that everything has ended, but Batman says not everything has ended because he still has to go after Catwoman. And Selina goes back to her apartment. Batman is there already. So she figures out that he already knows who she is. Then we have this very good scene where Batman she thinks Batman is going to be there just for both to firm the relationship, but actually Batman handcuffs her, and you can see that he does it with a lot of pain in his voice because he didn't want this to end up this way. But anyway, he handcuffs her to take her under arrest. So this is where the episode ends. A great episode, a great two-parter. If you are liking this content of Batman the Animated Series commentaries, please don't forget to leave a like in this video and subscribe to the channel for more Bat content and DC content in the future. See you in the next Bat video, and bye bye.